Okay, we're live.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was the morning. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Got the March 24th agenda. Maybe I better find the right one.
I think I wrote on your copy of yours, so if that helps, or I stamped the back of it. I know I did something to your agenda. Back to you.
Did you write help on there?
Did I write help on there?
Yeah. No, I found it.
I might have.
I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Commissioner Taylor, do you have a copy of the minutes?
Yeah, it should, I'm trying to send it to both emails, whichever one you got up, hopefully had it, but it's a pain to remember to use both, so I can't guarantee either way.
Yes, we're doing that anyway. I see it. I just, no, that's 17.
Yeah, 24th should be in there. Let me see.
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
The hour of 10 a.m., the Board of Commissioners of McCone County, Montana met in regular session with Lonnie Jensen, Ty Taylor, and Albert Kemp present. Presiding officer Lonnie Jensen called the meeting to order. The pledge of allegiance was recited. Commissioner Taylor moved to approve the agenda. Commissioner Stemple seconded. Motion passed 3-0. March 17th, 2025 minutes were approved as read. Commissioner Jensen reported on the meeting he attended at the fairgrounds with an insurance adjuster, Andy Kavner, pension agent, and Roger Sheriff, Circle Fire Chief, about the current status of the fairground kitchen. Commissioner Jensen and Kitchen Temple reported on the meeting they attended in Circle on March 21st, 2025 with Jackie Gardner, MCHC CEO Kenny Bradley, RVAS president, and the new medical director at the MCHC. The board discussed the current status of the MCHC improvement project and the grant status. The reimbursement request from VNDC will be processed for reimbursement. Roger Sheriff, Circle Fire Chief, met with the board to discuss fire department issues. The board approved the purchase of a computer for approximately $2,500. Scott Heidi, weed department supervisor met with the board to just discuss weed department issues. The board will advertise for a new weed department supervisor. The board reviewed the Eastern Montana Drug Task Force memorandum of understanding. Commissioner Taylor moved to approve the MOU and Commissioner Temple seconded. Motion passed 3-0. Board reviewed the Stanley Engineer Service Agreement. Commissioner Stemple moved to approve the MOU and Commissioner Taylor seconded. The motion passed 3-0. Nancy Stemple, GIS Coordinator, met with the board to discuss the fuel tax certification of roadway mileage from Commissioner Taylor form. Commissioner Taylor moved to approve the certification. Commissioner Jensen seconded the motion. And the motion passed 2-0. Commissioner Stemple abstained from the discussion and the vote. Meeting was open to public participation at 1 p.m. Bill Harris, president of Circle County Airport, met with the board to discuss airport issues and road easement issues. Paul Skyberg, sheriff, met with the board to discuss law enforcement issues. The board reviewed the McCone County Personnel Policy Manual. The review will continue until complete. The board reviewed the draft zoning regulations. The county attorney will review the regulations. Correspondence occupied the board for the rest of the day. Meeting adjourned at 5 p.m.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, I don't have any.
If not, is there a motion?
I
Approve the
I can make that motion.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the March payroll and deductions. And we've got the voucher here if you want to.
One voucher for the
Yeah.
direct deposit and then for the.
Yeah. I think I signed them, didn't I? Nope, it did not.
No, you still. This was the bills, yeah, that's it.
You thinking there should be one more of these?
No, I've already got the one for the
Oh.
bills,
Okay.
so I've got that one, and then, yeah, once you guys sign, then I get them, and I'll put them on the minutes. Yeah, so that's the payroll. Yep, payroll. Next, yeah. Healthcare. Yeah. And then, yeah.
Claims have been reviewed and approved.
Officers' reports and timesheets.
I looked at the office reports and we just need you to stamp them.
Yeah.
They're underneath that, yeah.
Should be 4 of them.
Yeah, correct. 4.
Things. Sheets.
Yeah, the timesheets are in.
Yeah, the timesheets, I went through them.
Yep.
And they're all signed. March claims are done.
Down to the MCHA improvement project.
It's nearing the end. There's two rooms with just minor things that need touched up. Some nails, exposed nails in the ceiling. And then along where the ceiling meets the wall, there's some paint and stuff peeled off, so.
Was there any problems with the overhead water? The fire suppression system?
There's one of the heads that is damaged. And not anybody can just fix that. Yeah, Scott did talk about that. Yeah.
So there's still some repairs that have to be made before we can finalize the project. All right.
Yep, there's still a few things. More quote.
It's below what we thought it was gonna be. By almost half, that was basically half of it. Of course, that's with the trade-in.
Yeah, but that current mower, they said is not
No, it's
a great fit for what they're doing.
It's not a construction.
Oh, that's it, okay. So I'll second Ty's motion to approve the mower purchase for approximately $27,000 after trade-in using grant funds.
We have a second?
I second, that's what I'm saying.
You second
I
it?
seconded Ty's motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Sorry, I should have started by being more clear that I was seconding Ty's motion. So. And
Opposed?
then
Everybody in favor?
the only other thing, it's grant funds, I just forget which fund,
Yeah.
but
Okay, motion's approved. Lunch?
well, just to, we approved Alan for getting a trailer repair that was approximately $2,000. Roger, last time we approved his computer purchase, and that's actually come from grant funds as well. That's the Sue's grant funds paying for that. Fire department / fire hall. And then we did get the bid from John Isaacs for fairgrounds cleanup, or the burn down building cleanup. So we got that's handy.
Yeah, Tandy had told me that she has one lined up.
Okay.
A bit too.
And I don't know if both of you guys were here. Alan went this weekend, did some fishing on Redwater, and he said they're definitely working on that boat ramp. So he said they've got an easement, or not an easement. I don't think the right word to say, approach. They got their approach approved, so they're all set and then they're working on that. And he wasn't sure of the contractor, but something was rented from somebody. Some piece of equipment was rented from somebody. So it's some kind of contractor and they're working away at it. So I don't know how soon that's gonna be fixed or anything else, but they're making progress.
That's the one up here, up north.
I think they're talking when it goes into the,
Had to be the one up on, yeah.
I can't picture Redwater going all that way.
It's not on Redwater.
Is it the Redwater?
Is there the boat ramp going on Redwater?
Oh, no, well, it's where Redwater dumps into the Missouri.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was that's the one up north then.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah, it's definitely up north. I always thought the rivers generally flow, or is it the Missouri coming into the Redwater?
No, it's the Redwater going into
So it's just the elevation that gets it there, even though it's going north. Okay.
Yeah, just Prairie Oak dumps into it too, and it's actually easier, it'd be, there is an easier trip to Wolf Point on with semis than it is to go straight near as many hills.
Oh, okay. Cool. Learn something every day.
That Lee Lindorf had let me know they were he'd been contacted, but,
Oh, okay.
I didn't know they'd gotten encroachment approval.
Oh, I did attend a mental health board meeting, March 27th. And, they're actually doing pretty good. They've had some grant money come in, so their budget is sitting very well. They've had very little turnover, really. They bought a building. They had been renting in Glasgow from a dentist that was retiring, and he wanted to sell in the building, and they bought a separate building instead, so they're saving on rent. And then that meeting basically turned right into an opioid meeting. So they're just using the same board for mental health and that opioid settlement. So there's money sitting out there, and we get more money every year. Well, there was like 10 different companies slash whatever, and they put in bids saying, okay, give me your opioid money, because I'm gonna fix the opioid problem. Well, most of them are Western Montana or bigger, and not a one of them is like, this is what we're doing for Eastern Montana. And I mean, our share of the opioid settlement is super small, but I mean, it made sense to me. It's like, okay, you want our money, then tell us how you're helping us. But like, the bigger counties are like, let's go back to them and say, if you're not going to tailor something to us, because doing like a statewide advertisement campaign, is that really going to get somebody using opioids not to use them? I don't think it will. So anyway, so that was our answer, is like, yeah, we have money, but at this point, we're not going to give any of it out. And they can give it out all the time, so it's not a big deal. And we'll see. Maybe someone will come back and say, well, this is what I'm going to do in Eastern Montana to help you get rid of opioid abuse. Is that my only meetings?
No, we attended the MDT
Oh, you're right.
update meeting
Yep.
in Glendive. Very low attendance, in my opinion.
That's the fewest people I've ever seen there.
And, but they updated us on all the road work in our district and in McCone County. Gonna be several road projects. The biggest one is the resurfacing of the Horse Creek Road. What is that? 9 miles or 11 miles?
11, well, 10 and a half, someone there, 10, 11.
And I thought that it was gonna begin the end of this month, April. Alan Roseanne advised me he had talked to the contractor and it would be mid to late summer. I guess he advised us of that. Other road projects, Highway 24 is gonna get some resurfacing. They're gonna do some work on the Brockway Jordan Road. They're expecting completion in 2026.
Yeah, but this year they're still working around Flowing Well.
Yeah.
Right. It seems like either direction of Flowing Well, because I thought this year they were supposed to start.
They're coming back 7 miles from.
I think the last section is from Brockway West, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think that's not until next year. So, which is good for me, but.
And our district, the district we're in, the Glendive district has, they have 26 million for road projects, I believe you said.
Something like that. Yeah, and then their big thing is just it's a lot cheaper if you work on a road early instead of waiting it to get so busted up that you gotta start, because the prices they were quoting is it's insane what it costs. And I get it. I mean, have you guys been to Sydney and seen all that equipment just sitting there for that? I mean, that's a lot of expensive equipment, so I get it, why it costs a lot of money, but oof.
They did discuss that road some. They've got some places where there's settling and stuff that they may have to dig out and redo. Mhm. That's all on that. I did attend a meeting on Thursday, the day that was, with for the third, with Sandy Kasner, the extension agent, and this Wayne Sowers, Sowers. He's adjuster for the insurance company. And just discussed plan going forward. Cleanup is a top priority right now. I guess one of the main things is getting the amount of the insurance. I think the building is insured for 536,000. The contents were 17,000. The other two quantits are, if they were to be totally replaced, are 125,000 each. He seemed very enthusiastic to get going on it. I do have a fair board meeting tonight, or that they do with it now. 10, I'm sure that's
You
going.
going?
Yeah.
Can you give that to, because John left that for Tandy.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah.
They're right there. I won't forget. All of a sudden my desk became amazing.
Well, that's because I was there. I started moving stuff around while I was taking phone calls.
But other than that, well, eventually I will have to have a bid process. Oh, the Tandy had checked with the previous engineering company, Stevenson's, and they think that they can use the old, blueprints out of the architect. And just they'd have to be, there'd be code updates such as like ADA and but so that was encouraging.
Ooh, ADA, are we gonna have to put like automatic doors? Like,
The main issue now is the bathrooms have to be bigger because of these electric scooter wheelchairs, that was, but.
yeah, well,
And this, the snow load may have changed, I think, but that would basically
yeah,
be a heavier truss,
still better than starting from scratch, still cheaper than starting from scratch. So that part's good.
And they also gave Tandy a list of engineers that can like do tests on the concrete to see if it can be removed. So that'll make quite a difference if,
Yeah, if we don't have to pour concrete.
yeah.
John Isaac said he's talked to Roger about bringing the fire truck down when the time comes and using a fire truck to spray it off.
I think that's all on that.
Well, it's still progress, so that's good.
I not only hit record, I must have hit transcript too.
You are just super efficient.
I didn't mean to be that. All right. What else on the agenda?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it for the required stuff, and that covers the
Agenda for the day.
yeah, like the agenda for today, those applicants for the weed crew. I think it should be on one more week. So then next Monday we can talk about doing setting up interviews.
Did you guys see the email from from Sheriff Skyberger about the interlocal agreement for law enforcement services between McCone and Garfield counties?
No.
No. Well, here's your opportunity.
You want to give us the Cliff Notes version of it?
It's something that's been in place and
Oh.
it's just time for it.
Okay. I was wondering if they were running a.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So do we need to vote on this?
Well, I think I'll entertain a motion as soon as you're ready.
Do we need to have John go through it?
It's the same as it as last.
Okay.
John sign off on it, it's just commission.
No, it's,
No, it's just that it's an agreement for law enforcement. I just thought John would want to
the clerk,
take a look at it.
Macomb County Sheriff, Office, the sheriff,
And the chairman, right?
the chairman. Monty's got it signed.
Does it?
Lonnie has to sign it.
Does it seem similar to the ones that when you were sheriff?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. In fact, we'll just ask these two fellows right here.
Warn them that you got the owls. That was dressed as well.
Good morning, come on in.
Our owl is on and operating.
Yeah, we had a lot of different things going on this morning, so
You guys come at the right time, we
You're more than welcome. It's just,
yeah.
we like to be upfront.
Okay.
If you came in to curse us out, it will be recorded for a year.
Those here about motorcycles.
Yeah, that was my first thing with the weather coming up, here to ask again.
Motorcycle unit.
I printed off that agreement with Garfield County. And we're just reviewing it right now. There's no changes, it's just.
No, the only changes is I changed the word sheriff department to sheriff's office. And then put Tate and myself's names on it.
So I'd entertain a motion to approve that.
Make that motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Pose same sign. Motion carried.
I'll make a motion that we end the agenda.
Yeah, that completes the agenda for whatever today is, April 7th.
Unless you guys want that.